Swift as my feet can carry me.
Grab your bags. We're moving.
Zevlor.
By Delt's virtue. The Blade of Frontiers? What's happened, Wyll?
I paid the price of angering the wrong devil.
Believe me, I understand better than most.
A moment passes as Zevlor contemplates Wyll's words. He then turns his attentions to you.
A scout just reported. The Goblin's leadership has been decimated. We might escape this place yet. I took a collection from all of us. It isn't much, but you've earned it. Very good of you. Thank you.
Halsin will likely want to thank you too, mind. He returned just a while ago. I believe he's catching up with Kagha. As for us...
No armies at our heels. Amazing. We can finally leave. But perhaps we need not speak of farewells. We'll join your camp tonight to celebrate if you'll have us. We're ready to head to your camp. Are you?
I expected goblins at our gate any moment. Glad to say that you made a prettier sight.
The corpse does.
I've got a long road ahead. Don't waste a step. No one's stopped me yet.
We did it. We actually did it! He'd be proud of you. I know he would. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. That'll change from now on, I promise.
You took care of the goblins. Nice work.
I'd have put good coin on you running off into the sunset, but you did it. You stopped the goblins. Thank you.
Best keep your hands to yourself.
With the goblins dead, we might actually make it to Baldur's Gate.
I'm glad you came through it alive. We owe you more than we can repay.
You've solved one problem for us. Guess it's on us to solve the next.
You killed the goblins. Hope you made them suffer.
I hate you. You killed all the goblins, and now we can't practice swords anymore.
You do good work. If you can handle more than goblins, might be I'll have use of you in Baldur's Gate. Always a deal to be done? Even now. Try not to die up there.
I'm glad you didn't die. No discounts once I'm running the wider Baldur's Gate, mind.
Mattis says we should say thank you.
Don't know why everyone's cheering. We're just going back on the road.
I knew this would come right if we just stayed positive. Not that your blade didn't help too.
God, it seems we might actually make it to the city now. Hope the neighbors are a bit more welcoming.
There we go. Now, back to packing. Right. All of our taking stash...
Eldrell didn't want us. And those druids sure as hell didn't either. But you risked your life for us.
Where am I needed? Look where he Defender of the people.
Let us go. I wish to feel the road beneath my hooves. Taste the fresh grass.
One move ahead.
Downstream.
The younglings are a nuisance. But the road would not be the same without them. Thank you.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
That's it. We can head to the city. Don't know about you, but I'm ready to start my life again.
Need to find a way forward.
I won't. I'm not 10 more.
One sorrow ended, the next soon to begin.
We didn't die today. Tomorrow, perhaps, but not today. Thanks to you.
We couldn't have held them back on our own. Thank you.
I nearly dispatched those goblins myself, but it seems you managed well enough. And why wield a masterwork where a butcher's blade will do? My thanks, truly.
Glad to see some goblin blood spilled for a change. Sick of running from those rats.
It was you, right? Who took care of the goblins? I knew you were a good one.
So it's true. You scattered the goblins. Peace can finally return to this corner of the Sword Coast. Thank you. As am I. And I'm sure those poor refugees would quite agree. It'll take a while for us all to... Of course.
be shy.
Where am I needed? May you keep balance.
You saved us. I wasn't sure we'd make it through. I wish I had better, but this is all I have. May Temora's luck.
Who uses wooden tools?
The pride of the gate. A word, if I may. Checking things out.
What of them?
They are our guests until
Is that
they
blood?
leave. As
No,
I said
never mind.
the day they arrived.
Have they blinded you to truth? Outsiders bring only chaos.
And what have you brought? Harmony? Balance?
Can't slow down.
You took it upon yourself to undertake the Rite of Thorns. I ought to exile you from this place. Forever. Instead, I shall listen to the explanation that you owe me.
I owe you nothing. Goblins swarmed us like roaches while you stumbled after the past. You chose to abandon us. I chose to protect us.
Silence! The rite has been ended. I will allow you to stay, but consider yourself a novice anew. You have forgotten the ways of the Druids, our place in the natural order. You shall learn it all once again, right here. Backslide, and nature's fury will crush you.
As you wish, Master Halsin.
A misjudgment. One that should weigh heavily upon her. But the Grove still needs her passion. You will soon see why. But enough of that for now. I owe you my thanks. The Grove stands. Nature prevails. And again, I am in your debt. Speak to Rath. He will reward you for your efforts. Soon. Remember the dangers I told you about. There'll be plenty of time to face them. Take tonight to rest, recuperate, celebrate. Tomorrow, I'll join your camp, so I can help with the trials yet to come. Your path will soon take you away from the grove, I feel. Your efforts will not be forgotten. Soon. Take tonight to rest, recuperate, celebrate. The journey to Moonrise Towers, and all the dangers that entails. But that's tomorrow's problem. Take some time for yourself tonight. Rest, celebrate. Come morning, I'll be by your side. Your path will soon take you away from the grove, I feel. Believe me, it is. The span of a mortal life isn't enough to grasp the importance of this place. Its roots touch everything.
I hear the goblin leaders met their ends. Unfortunate for them, but very fortunate for the grove.
Defender of the people. Sure, why not?
Shh! I'm concentrating! Does this look good? Is the coin in the middle? Yes. Yes, you're right. That's it.
Still alive. Progress.
We're free of the goblins, but the grove is changed. Wounded. The days ahead won't be easy. I'm glad we have Halsin to guide us.
Blade at the ready.
Well, at least the sun is nice. You should try it. Lay down and bask in its warmth.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
I wasn't sure about you at first. Thought you might be trouble. I was very wrong.
Moving in.
The forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. The mural depicts druid and beast fighting together to drive monsters from their land. It looks like they were victorious, and yet the monsters have returned.
But they're leaving.
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. The mural shows druids claiming the grove in the name of the old oak, Sylvanus, god of nature.
You done it. You brought Halsin back. Thank you. No, thanks is not enough. May Sylvanus bless you for all your days. I cannot imagine taking on a camp full of goblins was a simple task. As am I. The grove will be whole again. And I promised you a reward, didn't I? Let me show you on your map where you can find the cache. Take this rune. You'll need it. Place it among the pedestals inside our library. When the wolf glows brightest, everything in the vault below will be yours.
Peace. Enjoy it while it lasts.
I'm no fan of those devils either. You did this grove a great favor. And now leave the rest to us.
Defender of the people.
Leave. You are not wanted here.
Looking ahead. With haste.
I think it's high time you all left. Our sacred grove has sheltered you enough.
Within the inner sanctum, of course. It is not for us to fight your battles. I assure you, the feeling is mutual.
Master Halsin's home, by Sylvanus' mercy.
In darkest hour, a concord made, twixt harp and wild against the shade. Harp and wild? You recall stories of an alliance between druids and the harpers, but the details are vague. The towers seized, the battle done. The moonrise broke the darkest one. The broken helmet bears the mark of Shah, the Dark Lady. And if the darkest one is Shah, Moonrise must be her celestial sister.
All these telltale signs of dark justiciars that we've been seeing, I'm having a hard time believing they're a coincidence. Still, there may be more to it. I need to keep alert, in case that suspicion amounts to anything. Still, there may be more to it. I need to... You know, I've been catching myself smiling more lately. I think that's your fault. Very serious of you. But go ahead. Always good when I'm with you. Fine. What's on your mind? Quite splendidly, to give credit where it's due. You and I have shared some good times together, and it seems we have plenty in common.
Blessed day. I was worried I'd never see Master Halsin again. You kept your word. Thank you. Ha! Look, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do when you told me about that tadpole. I don't know if I can ever restore Sylvanus' peace to this place. But I'll have the chance.
Thanks to you.
Sharp as ever.
I have to tidy this place.
And I'm off.
What to do? What path lies before me?
A parasite. Take it. It might be useful. This one is a true soul parasite. It can enhance you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how. Don't worry. You won't come to harm. I'll protect you. You are not ready. That's all right. But try to overcome this resistance sooner rather than later. It will make things much easier for you.
Risk being in open view. Carefully now.
Let's get on with it.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Ned Siranis of the Absolute.
The corpse remains silent. It doesn't understand the question.
Moonrise Towers. Initiation. Minthara. Back at camp. No.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
No time to rest. Should mind my step.
making me sweat.
The pride of the gate.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Let's get going. One day I'll catch a break. Breathe quiet, move with care. Have to keep going.
Now that Halsin is here, Kagha will surely see sense. I hope whatever rot was lurking in her heart can be swiftly cut away.
And then he just left. He went to make sure those strays could go.
Here we go.
Looks like the goblins found her.
Not a fate I'd wish on any creature.
What path lies before me? Best be on my way.
A Seluna statue in a stinking cave. Hardly a place of honor, even for the likes of her.
Magically sealed. Can't go ape smash on this thing.
What's next? On I go.
Never a dull moment. Wonder if the gods are watching me. Still breathing, despite everything.
What's next, I wonder?
I'd love to, thanks.
All right, what now? If not over, then through.
We're ready to head to your camp. Are you?
I'm going to have to write a song about you now, aren't I? But truly, thank you. It's nice to be done with the sad songs. For a time.
We're ready to head to your camp. Are you? Excellent. Lead the way.
Have a drink.
I'm fine.
Loosen up, Pícaro.
No. Would you look at this place? All these people happy because of us. It's nice to be somewhere where good is still possible. Would you look at this place? It's nice to be some... Fuck yes! I'm celebrating my freedom, and our friendship, and these folks' bright future besides. All I need now is a fire-retardant lover to get lost in till sunrise. Not so much. You spend the whole time avoiding swords and schemes. Plus, people just get nastier as the night wears on. I tried to make friends at first. Learned my lesson fast. Better to keep to yourself in hell. You too, soldier. Enjoy yourself tonight. You've earned it.
Hope you're enjoying the night, hero. I certainly am. Cheers to many more like this.
You know, I never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here... I hate it. This is awful. We killed some goblins to save some tieflings. The tally of lives didn't change much. But what do I get for all my hard work? A pat on the head and vinegar for wine. Pfft.
It's a heavy, rich red. Dry and sharp.
See what I mean? Awful. All I want is a little fun. Is that so much to ask? By the hells. Sex, my dear. A night of passion. Let's wait until things quieten down. Once the others are asleep, we'll find each other. All right, but don't take too long. You're not the only tasty morsel around here.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for? Exactly right. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove. Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. Odd. That's more easily said by some than others. But nobody's here to debate right from wrong. We should have had wine more often. More warming than the fire. We should have had wine more often.
Look at them all. Guzzling poison like we've the right to be happy.
Perhaps it'll make the evening more tolerable. This party's a bit more bearable, thanks to that pint.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally?
Ah, hells. I was hoping you wouldn't notice I was gone. No. I'm deeply proud of you. A touch less so of myself. In truth, I don't feel in a festive mood, and I didn't want to cast a grey cloud over the night. I'm a devil. I love the people from the Grove, but I unsettle them deep down, as I seem to unsettle everyone nowadays. You don't want a devil at your party. Horns this sharp will pop the balloons, you see, and the guests won't take kindly to scars quite so monstrous. I feel spikes beginning to sprout in places they really shouldn't. But, off with you. This is your day. Have a dance. Enjoy the music. Some time alone beneath the stars, and I'll be back to my old self. Promise. Still, it's a night to remember. You've made sure of that. Have a laugh. Make some noise. I'll be my charming self before you know it.
Think of it. No more caves, no more tents, no more running away. We'll be in a city with roads and markets and homes.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland?
Hush you, and behold! Adoring applause? You're too kind.
Remember when he could barely cast that?
They grow up so fast.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
If the owner has any...
Look at them. How happy they are. We did that. Yeah. Don't tell Roland, but his magic show might be the highlight. He's been doing them since we were little. He'll make it big in Baldur's Gate. I know it.
Are Roland and Leah actually getting along? I know you cut down a horde of goblins, but this is far more impressive.
I need to dance! No. No, I need to lie down.
Sherry! That's infernal for cheers. Or possibly turnip.
Beautiful night, don't you think? Nothing like a brush with destruction to make one appreciate the majesty of the celestial canvas. It's a view I would once have shared with my companion, though definitely unaccompanied by such revelry. She preferred it when we were alone, curled up before a crackling hearth with some ancient, esoteric tome between us. Ink glinting in the firelight. Not everyone is comfortable being alone with their thoughts, though I never felt alone with a book in my hand, or with her for company. I speak of Tara, my Tressym, assistant, my constant companion through all the ills and tribulations my hubris has thrust upon me. She'd be most impressed by our efforts saving these Tieflings. Proud, even. And I've given her little to be proud of recently.
After I was afflicted with my condition, and locked myself in my tower for an entire year. I was inconsolable, wallowing in my self-inflicted tragedy.
I've given up on myself. But Tara never did. It was her encouragement. Her research that led me to my treatment. Once we knew that magically infused items were the key, she went out to find them for me. She saved my life. After so long being cared for by someone else, it feels good to have repaid the favor. Not directly to Tara, but to these poor Tieflings. I'm sure she would approve. Smart does her a disservice. She's a fine wizard in her own right, though somewhat held back by her lack of opposable thumbs. You remind me of her somewhat. There's a steeliness in you, an unwavering tenacity, even in the face of, to be frank, quite dire odds. Wish she were here for me to make a formal introduction. But I would never ask her to undertake such a journey. She's safer at home. Besides, she was always telling me I needed to spread my wings, so to speak. Find mortal friends instead of hanging onto Mistra's coattails. So that's what I'm doing. I hope. Oh, she'll love you. So long as you don't rub her belly. She hates it when anyone does that. I assure you, were you to meet Tara, you would see the comparison for the flattery it is. But perhaps that's not a point worth laboring further. Suffice it to say, I think rather a lot of you. And there aren't many on this plane who I'd give such high praise. One doesn't become the most powerful archmage in Waterdeep and lover to the goddess of magic herself by having low standards. I assure you, when I tell someone they're wonderful, I mean it. And you are wonderful. Wine is to wit, as meat is to... Oh, can't bloody remember it. There I go then, proving your point. Perhaps we'd better leave it at that. My ineloquent tongue isn't worthy of your ear at present. Go, indulge in the frivolities. They're good for the heart. And mine will be all the lighter to see you enjoying yourself.
Aha, there you are. Come now, settle in. I do hope you have partaken of something bracing. This may well take us all night. Why, you're naming, quite obviously. That ballad was but a crude preview, a frame without its crowning jewel. Your nom de guerre. Something iconic, but not too much of a mouthful. We don't want to exclude the common folk, after all. I intend this tale to enrapture all. Far too much? This is the very problem. If you could set aside your many triumphs, carry out one defining act, not to belittle your achievements to date, of course, but besting a dragon, a giant, a god, perhaps? I must deliberate. Go. Enjoy your evening. I shall have work for you in the days to come.
This might be the wine talking, but I'm feeling inspired. Thinking of writing my next song about you.
but I need an angle. Any ideas? Fitting. You're braver than half this camp combined. That deserves to be remembered.
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Neogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades. Yet they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness.
I smell their blood on you still. I smell your moisture. How torturous for us both that I'll never get a taste.
Oh, but do enjoy yourself this night. I intend to myself.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you.
You came through for us. That's a change from most adults I know. I'm not. I'm glad they can celebrate before we've even got to the gate. Just like I'll be glad to be rid of them once we're there. Go on, enjoy yourself. But if any of them sleep past noon, they're getting left behind.
Go on. The others will kill me if I keep you all to myself.
Go on now, don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll have plenty of time together on the way to moonrise. We'll have time to spare for that, I sense. I'm surprised you haven't had your fill of me already. Go on, enjoy yourself. Seek out some wine before it runs dry. There are a lot of thirsty people around here. Enjoy yourself tonight.
Buzz of celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk. You've picked up a few pleasant memories on your journey amongst your struggles. Her mind is certainly an enigma, but would you wish it any other way?
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done. Moonrise Towers beckons. I've told you all I know, and now I'll join your camp to help you face whatever's to come. With luck and the Oak Father's blessings, we might actually survive. Are you ready? There is a terrible curse surrounding Moonrise Towers. A shadow curse that drains away all light and life. Few can resist it without dying or transforming into shadow beings. You can try to journey overland if you wish, but I strongly advise you go under. There is a tunnel leading from the Temple of Selûne right down into the Underdark and beyond. The entrance is hidden somewhere in the ruins. I believe if you find this entrance, you'll discover a route that leads to Moonrise Towers, bypassing the worst of the Shadow Curse. Aradin and his lot were looking for the same entrance. They sought an artifact called the Night Song that was supposed to be housed somewhere down there. Onward then. We'll speak soon, I'm sure.
Well, my day just improved. Did you want something? Very serious of you. But go. Always good when I'm with you. Fine. What's on your mind?
Hey, soldier.
Hello, my dear.
Speak.
Oakfather's blessings to you. Hopefully. I've chosen a successor as first druid, Francesca of the High Forest. I sent a bird to summon her. Precisely. Who indeed? You do not know, and neither do any of the others. The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. What it needs is an unknown quantity. An outsider who can enforce the Oakfather's teachings without bias. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and purity to the Grove in my absence. Resentment will spring up like mushrooms no matter what I do. You cannot please everyone, and you'd be a fool to try. I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me, and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say. It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remained are shadow-cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better. Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source. Miss it? Oh dear, no. It's a terrible burden. Takes you away from nature and forces you to deal with others' problems and personalities. Be wary of anyone who actually wants such a role, I say. Likely they don't understand it, or they have ill intent. I'm just glad to be out here amidst the Oakfather's creations. Precious little. But I'm quite certain it can still be found. Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said. There are few things that are too strong for me. And cast those regrets aside. You did not get caught up in the moment. You seized it. In other circumstances, I would have done the same. A bad impression. Impossible. With such stimulating company? Never better.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make...
What's on your mind?
Well met.
Peace in the grove once again. It's been too long.
Speak. The party's full. You'll need to make room. Good.